Wilson. Joey Sly set to kick off. It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
The pass.
5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll move the chains.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Barton. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 47 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Dillon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal. And they sent that play backwards.
2nd and 3. The quick slant caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 3 yards out. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 15 carries, 62 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Complete.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
13 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 41. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Now he'll escape to his right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them. And they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll run on first down. Long takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Carried by number 40.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The ball carried by number 45. Brought down at the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that will be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Looking to throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Vikings 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down, Vikings.
Play action. It's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
To try again after the sack. Wilson. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Now loose football. The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You mates all of a sudden make your cap.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Taking it about the 16. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
10 at the 46-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And this is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Mike 5-4.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The pass.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
3rd down.
Now it's Wilson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Emmanuel Ogbah, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carping them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And that'll be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The quick slant caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction. I was able to track the ball in another.
Number 28.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied. where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Well, no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we now proceed to the start of the second half.
Packers 19, Vikings 3.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now back to throw. He dumps this off to Dillon underneath. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down. It's long, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he steps away, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now a dump off here complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
You remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They run, Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Wilson. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered. It's both feet down for the completion.
And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. From the gun, Wilson quickly to Thielen here. And he's taken down inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to...
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And his kick is good. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Back to Dillon on 1st down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Ball carrier. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd and 6. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. 6. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 6. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
On 1st down, Wilson. And complete right side to Cook. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
They'll run for it. Cook. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
That is caught at the 7. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll buy some time right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten.
And he's into the clear. The 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And that will cut this lead down to 13. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Joey
Slide out. A kickoff after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
6-yard line.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw a football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
At the Vikings 34-yard line.
Forced out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have 1 right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard
And now out comes Minnesota. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
at the 28-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for him.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That keeps the score. Packers 29. Vikings.
A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it. Still down 10.
And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And the numbers show it. Low involvement early, but since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has, and when you're able to finally get him going, get him fully integrated into the offense, things feel a whole lot better for your team. It expands everything that they do trying to move the football.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And down to the 15. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 54 yards. But probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
This will be caught at about the 6.
That's good.
And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
The play lost.
Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw again. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 20.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson dancing to his left. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
A gain of 14, but it's now 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw. He's got a man complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Now Wilson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he finds Cook. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To throw again is Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. From the 5, 2nd and 4. Again, Wilson. The quick slant caught. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Throwing again here, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to win this football game. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now a run with Dillon. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. And it'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable. And both of them came together.
So for the Packers, it's another win for them. And you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the